What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. This is episode number 49. We started this off on the back of our win over Blackpool, the 5-0 demolition job at Bloomfield Road, puts through to the FA Cup last 16. Last year's semi-finalists getting knocked out by Chelsea at Wembley. I'm targeting another Wembley appearance this season after 2 last year. And now taking on Newcastle for the first game of today's episode and the final game of January as well. On the back of our last league game, which was a loss away at Molineux by a goal to nil. We needed a response here against Eddie Howe's side. And starting the game off, 14 minutes in, a great save by Pickford kept it at 0-0. Thank goodness for that. I've got to say, you know, sometimes when I trail in a game, very early on as well, my head drops so deep. It's crazy. Great save by Pickford, kept it at 0-0. And then from that, we came on the break. Ritsu Doan stepping in from the right and bending one off the post as the Magpies would escape. Ritsu has been sublime in recent weeks and really all season long as well. I got to be honest here, as we feed in the ball once again, 21 minutes in, and he bends one from just outside the area. Grace keeps it at 0-0 though, as he was prevented his first goal of the game. I really do feel as though if we don't get Champions League football for next season, I'm going to have to let Ritsu go. I know he signed that big multi-year contract at the start of last season, but, you know, I said if we didn't qualify for Europe for this season, I'd let him go, and we did. But this guy should be playing Champions League football, man. He's far too good for the level he's at right now. So even so, we're still tied at 0-0 before Magpies would take the lead. Willock, Joe Willock, 7th in 14 games. The Arsenal Academy graduate, averaging 1 in every 2 this season, giving Newcastle United the lead. And we trailed at the break here at St Mary's. So once again, just like against Wolves, we found ourselves down by a goal and needing to respond here if we would get back to winning ways. And right after the restart, 2 minutes after the break here, a chance to find that leveller. Gareth Bale denied. What a save, and once again for the second time in the game we hit the woodwork. And it's one of those games where I was thinking, it doesn't seem as though it's going to matter how many shots I take and how many chances I create. I'm probably just not going to find a goal in this one, you know. 5 minutes after the restart here, after the Magpies came on the break, golden chance for them to go 2 goals up. What a save by Jordan Pickford, one of our signings of the season. Joel Linton denied by a fabulous stop there by our new number 1. So still trailing by a goal. Newcastle going for the kill, us going for the level up. Really fun game this one. The Magpies not sitting on their 1-goal lead. They wanted to find a second and we wanted to find that equaliser. Another fine save by Dubravka in fine form. Kept it at 1-0. I just couldn't beat him as we still trailed by a goal. There was still time, but I needed to find that goal to get in front. Sorry, get back on level terms, but Dubravka was just saving every single thing I was putting on his goal. It really was a goalkeeping masterclass in this game. And you have these games, I have these games. You play alright, you create loads of chances, but you come up against a goalkeeper who is just like prime Manuel Neuer. We're still down by a goal, 8 minutes on the clock, desperately searching for a leveller. And oh, how many times does this guy come up big for me? Ritsu Doan, get this guy in the Champions League. If we don't finish in the top 4 this season, I'm going to have to let him go in the summer. I mean, he's too good for the Europa League. He's too good to not be playing on the biggest of stages. Cross to the back stick, Ritsu controls and bends it in with the coolest, composed and controlled of finishes to slot it past Dubravka. Finally, the number 1 is beaten and Ritsu bails us out right towards the end. Final score at St Mary's, Southampton 1, Newcastle United 1. It's not a great result, but it could have been far worse, so I guess I'll take the point. Dubravka in this game, though, the saves he made were absolutely unbelievable. Even so, though, I'll take the point. It could have been far worse. Having said that, it does mean against Wolves and Newcastle, 2 teams we should be expected to win and really needing to be if we are to be a top 4 team. 1 point from 6, not exactly what you call great couple of results there. So following the draw, it was time for transfer deadline day. But on the back of the signing of Nathan Collins in the last episode, yeah, didn't really have much money to work with. £500,000 in the budget, and I thought, yeah, let's just speed through this, shall we? We had it for Che Adams, Roma putting in a bid for our striker, who has been a little bit inconsistent this season. Of course, we turned it down for realism. And also Real Betis, the Spanish side, who are having a great season this year in real life, aren't they, in La Liga, turned this bid down for Rico Henry as well. I wouldn't be against selling Rico Henry, but it'd have to come to a Premier League side, I feel. I can't see him playing outside of England just yet in his career. And also another bid for Che Adams as well. Steven Gerrard's side trying to take him to Villa Park, but again we said no. Che has been a little bit inconsistent this season, but I'm going to keep him here. If it was a bigger club, if it was someone like, again, a Manchester United or a Chelsea, for example, I would probably let him go, to be honest, for the realism. But Aston Villa, well below us in the table. We're going for a top 4 place. And whilst Che has been inconsistent this year, he's still our guy. So Adams is staying here for the season. And that would do it for a very quiet and uneventful transfer deadline day. So in the January window, we signed Nathan Collins for 12 mil. We sold Jack Stevens to Crystal Palace and loaned out Jerome Martel. Other than that, not really much going on for the Saints. And to be honest, I don't think we needed to do anything. Pau Torres left to Real Madrid for a blockbuster 120 mil deal. Rafael Leao is off to Sevilla, and Skriniar is now at the Etihad Stadium after moving on from Inter Milan. Yeah, Manchester City right now in 4th place, desperate to keep us away from them as they try and get the Champions League for next season. Yeah, that's a big signing there to bolster their backline. So, following transfer deadline day, we would see the FA Cup draw for the last 16 was made, and as you can see, the luck was going to run out. We had Bristol Rovers in the 3rd round, Blackpool in the 4th. Yeah, okay, there we go. I deserve that. Manchester United away at Old Trafford in the last 16. And there are quite a few Football League sides still left there. You got Reading, you got Pompey, you got Coventry, Swansea City, Crystal Palace down the Championship this year as well. Quite a few Football League sides still left, and that's why I talk about it. The reason why I feel as though you're often drawn against lower league sides nowadays in the FA Cup is because they go further than they used to do. There are a lot more cup sets in FIFA Career Mode than there used to be in previous versions. But yeah, Manchester United away at Old Trafford. That's one of the toughest games we could have possibly gotten out of the draw there. And it's what we've got. Yep, Ralph side away at Old Trafford. I mean, last year in the EFL Cup, we knocked out Arsenal and Chelsea on our way to the final. But I'm not too confident with that game coming on a Wednesday night. I'll give it my best, but I think our progress might end there in the last 16. Even so, following the transfer deadline day, we would see here the scouting update and an academy update as well. I'm so excited for Marcel. Look at the potential range. It's now been cut to 89 to 94. He's 16 years old. He's 67 rated. But the reason why I don't want to give him a pro deal yet is because he's not going to get a game, man. He's not going to get a minute in this team. As you see here, the table, 14 games to go. West Ham still leading away by a point, and we're now 3 points off Manchester City as well. Incredibly similar record with Man City this season, and the goal difference is also the same as well. They have scored a goal more than us this season. We've conceded one less as well, but even so, Manchester City 3 points ahead of us on the table right now, 14 games to go. It's still incredibly tight in that race for a Champions League spot, and we're not going to give up just yet. Couple of poor results, 1 point from a possible 6, but there's a long way to go. 14 games remaining. We've become a 4.5-star team now, as we know. We haven't had many injury problems this season, but this is a big month. West Ham away, leading the league, Leeds at home, and then the Red Devils in the last 16 of the FA Cup as well. Domestically, we've got 3 huge fixtures here, and on the back of back-to-back games without a win, this was a real test of what we're made of. The league leaders, David Moyes, West Ham, top of the table. If we can be a top 4 team, this is one of the teams I feel we need to take out. I can't see West Ham and another non-top 6 team finishing in the top 4 this year. So I think only one of us is going to make it. And that means heading into the game, we needed a response. 16 minutes in, we fell behind. Vlasic with the goal makes it 1-0. So good in my Bielefeld career, but now scoring against me, and we're a goal down in London. And I was thinking, do you know what? With West Ham going for the title right now, this is a huge game between 2 teams performing above expectations. And I was thinking, if we can win this game, we'll get momentum back on our side. West Ham might fall away, and we'll get ourselves back in the top 4. If we lose the game, West Ham will be thinking the title. Why not? Why can't we be Premier League champions this year? So it was a huge game for both teams, and after falling behind, I tried to respond. Ritzy missed a golden chance to make it 1-1. We were still down by 1. The Irons had loads of chances though, not just in the first half, but in the second as well. Great save by Pickford on Ben Rama here as the former B was denied 7 minutes after the restart, but a second goal was coming in the game, and it was going to be crucial as to who would get it. If it was us, momentum could change. If it was West Ham, the game would be over. And what you just know it, soon after Pickford makes a great save, the host would go 2-0 up. Daniel Amati, the former Fox, heading on in from a corner. West Ham 2, Southampton 0. And at this point I was thinking, okay, alright, I just don't know if it could be a top 4 team. Now, I could see West Ham winning the title based on the season they're having, but I just don't know if it could be a top 4 team now. I really don't. This will be 1 point picked up for a possible 9. And that's just not good enough against Newcastle, Wolves, and also, to be fair, in form West Ham as well. Final score 2-0. David Moyes' side get the big result as they stay top of the table with 13 games to go. They're going for the Premier League title against all odds, looking to pull off a fairy tale Leicester City-esque season. And with 13 games to go, they're in pole position. 1 point from 9 though for Southampton. Just no wins in our last 3 games as well. And with 13 games to go, Manchester City have now opened up a 6-point gap on us in 5th place and had a better goal difference record as well. Only 3 points separating the top 4 with 13 games to go, as they've now gained a bit of separation on the teams below the Champions League spot. We've got 42, same amount as Leicester in 6th, and now 6 points behind Guardiola's side. Gotta say, if we don't sort our form out right now, we are definitely not going to make up the ground needed to qualify for the Champions League. But that will end today's episode of the Realistic Criminal, guys. Big thank you for enjoying it. Please drop a like. Myself, you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the special thank you episode number 50 coming out in the very next episode. Please don't miss it. It's going to be a super long video, loads of games, really fun, and I'll see you very soon. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the special thank you episode 50 very soon.